hereby call this meeting of the Howell Township Council to order. Opening statement.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been advertised in the manner prescribed by law. This agenda is complete to the extent known, and formal action will be taken. Roll call, Councilman Nadell?
Here.
Councilwoman O'Donnell is absent this evening. Councilman Rubel?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Here.
Mayor Leggio?
Here. All right. Resolution R26-119. Is there a need to go into executive session, Mr. Gross?
Yes, there is.
May I have a motion to enter an executive session?
Motion enter?
Second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes. Before we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I just want to recognize we lost one of our K-9 officers last week. K-9 officer Opus, he was a dedicated narcotics detection and apprehension dog, and he hung up his patrol gear after nearly a decade of service. Opus and his handler, Corporal Jesse Moore, they both retired back in November. Opus had joined the agency in 2016 and was trained in narcotics detection and apprehension, tracking, and playing a crucial role in numerous drug investigations and apprehensions. During his tenure, Opus and Corporal Moore conducted K-9 demonstrations of various community groups, which were highlighted as some of the most enjoyable experiences for the duo. And like I said, we're going to have a moment of prayer for K-9 Opus for his dedicated service to Howell Township. So, please rise for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence for K-9 Opus. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a proclamation this evening. Sue, you want to always go up, or you just want to?
May I read it from here, or?
Whatever you prefer.
Are they here? Right there? Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, I'll come down.
You want to go there?
Yeah, come stand next to us. Okay, we're going to acknowledge World Parkinson's Month, April 2026, whereas Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological movement disorder of the central nervous system, which has a unique impact on each patient. Symptoms can range from tremors and rigidity to depression, sleep disorders, and cognitive decline. And as whereas approximately 1 million Americans are living with Parkinson's, with nearly 90,000 new diagnoses occurring each year. It is the second most common neurodegenerative disease. And whereas Parkinson's is the 14th leading cause of death in the U.S., and men are 1.5 times more likely to develop the disease than women. And whereas, although new medicines and therapies may enhance life for a while for some people with Parkinson's, there is an urgent need for continued research in prevention, treatment, and ultimately a cure. Whereas education and advocacy are of the utmost importance in combating this progressive and devastating disease. Now, therefore, the governing body of the Township of Howell does hereby encourage all residents to increase their awareness of Parkinson's disease and to support research for medical advancements to treat it.
Thank you. Yes, that's my husband. That's my dad, actually. It's okay. That's good. He's good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
acceptance of minutes, please.
Make a motion to accept February 10th and February 24th minutes.
Second.
If I may, we do need to do them separately, only because there were a
Yeah.
couple of people absent at the different meetings.
Make a motion to accept February 10th, 2026, regular and exec.
Second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Abstain. Motion for the second one.
Motion to approve February 24th, 2026, regular minutes.
Second.
Sue, you abstain.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Abstain.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes. All right, reports from the township departments, officials. Mr. Gross?
I have nothing to report this evening.
Caitlin?
Mine's real quick, and it's pertaining to tonight's meeting. We have a couple of resolutions that were not complete on the agenda. Our clerk finalized them after our executive session tonight. There are copies up on the desk up here. They're also available online through the links. But it's Resolution 26-117, Resolution 26-117A. They're just designated the block and lots that were left blank, and those are going to be voted on tonight.
All right. On to hearing of the citizens, public comment. Jamie?
Jamie Ellers, Howell. I was here on February 10th, and I'd like an update on the TNR program. We are getting into spring, and female cats will be having kittens, and we're going to be in full-blown kitten season. We have come so far in the TNR program. I did send you an email, and we have to continue, or we're going to be inundated with stray cats, people screaming and yelling. You know, there's people out there that need financial help also. And the program we had was phenomenal. And I know they did over 300 TNRs and SPCA. So if I could have an update, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll update it after everyone, public,
Okay.
comes up.
All right, thank you.
That's how we do it every meeting.
Okay.
Joe Riley?
Mayor Leggio, members of the council, Mr. Gross, and professional members of the township. Joe Riley, 8 Jumping Bush Way, I'm sorry. I'm here tonight to talk about comments, questions, and concerns about a pole barn that has recently been constructed at 126 Darien Way. Little history, in March 23, that property was purchased. And from March 23 until last summer, there was very little activity at that house. In fact, sometimes we wondered if anybody was even living there. That's the way I would get to Route 9. I go on Princeton Drive, and I can get to the intersection of Darien. I could go left or right to get to Route 9. Other neighbors have done the same thing, and we've all said, is anybody living there? Once in a while, we would see some children out on a Friday night with some women. Very seldom. It changed last summer, when all of a sudden we noticed that a huge swing set was erected in the backyard. I would say it was probably about 20 feet wide. I said, oh, maybe a family's moving in with some children. Great. Then in the fall, before the weather changed, a lot of construction in that backyard. The entire backyard, from what we can see, has been concreted. All concrete. Last month, a truck pulled up, and all of a sudden the framework went up for a pole barn. Next day, walls went up, roof went on, windows open for both sides, and a door, regular-sized door, not a barn door. So I wrote to the mayor, I copied the council members, wanted to know what was going on. Is it going to be an office building? Is it going to be a school? Is it going to be a building for religious purposes? None of which I believe are zoned for residential area. The building is huge. I mean, it's as big as the house that's on the property itself, and it's probably only about 20 feet away from the property, from the house. So, Mayor Leggio referred my concerns to Mr. Gross and also to zoning board. At the same time that this happened, a story came out from Manchester Township, where their zoning board denied application from a resident to convert a private house to a mikveh. Now, I'm an Irish kid from Manhattan, so I didn't know what a mikveh was. So I looked it up online. And basically, a mikveh is a Jewish ritual bath containing living water connected to a natural source like rainwater, used for spiritual purification, immersion, and rejuvenation, primarily used by women, depending on their situation. But what's interesting is that it's considered so important in Jewish law that building a mikveh takes precedence over building a synagogue. So then I looked and I said, well, geez, I wonder if we have one in Howell Township. Did a query and came up, but while there is a project in development to build a mikveh in Howell Township, currently residents typically utilize nearby facilities in Lakewood or surrounding areas for immersion. The community is actively fundraising for the Mikveh Tahara of Howell to establish a local permanent facility. Coincidence? So then I looked and I said, geez, can a mikveh be placed in a pole barn? Yes. Could go in a house, could go in a pole barn, basically. It can be erected. So I then got a response from Justin Yost, with response to my queries. And I quote verbatim, this property owner applied for and received a building permit to construct an accessory structure / pole barn for personal use. So I went back to Mr. Yost and I said, personal use is pretty ambiguous. Could it be a school? Could it be a religious building? What do we do then? I never got a response. So I then went online and I looked at all the applications that would be needed for a pole barn. Looks like you would need an application for land use and planning, because the building is big. It's bigger than 300 square feet. An application for construction, and also engineering would be involved. I don't know if there's any plumbing. I don't know if there's any electrical work being done on there. But Mr. Yost came back and said that the construction is being monitored and looked for, being monitored for observance to all the rules and regulations. I find it hard to believe that this was even allowed. I'm wondering who actually gave the final approval. I think I know, and I think because of other circumstances that I'm not going to get an answer anyway. But this went through 3 different applications, and they all signed off on it.
It's been 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Paula?
Paula Samarel, Heritage Point. Trivia question. What does Newark, Camden, Patterson, and Jersey City all have in common? All of their public school districts at one time or another were taken over by the state of New Jersey, and recently a takeover of the Lakewood Public School District has been initiated. Another similarity. All, either currently or at one time or another, have had development projects built under the New Jersey Pilot Tax Abatement Program, or as some see it, the New Jersey School Tax Evasion Program, as no tax dollars are contributed to the public education of our children. Many feel that these pilot programs are a fiscal catalyst that leads to state takeover of public schools, stripping parents of their right to control their children's education. The question of how damaging pilot programs can be to our public school systems is nothing new. In 1999, a case study of city budget versus school budget was performed on a pilot-approved apartment complex in Jersey City. The findings resulted in a negative impact on the school systems while forcing residents to absorb any financial shortfall. Why is this type of legislation still in effect? In some cases, municipalities have lost local control over 30-year tax exemptions decisions as developers leverage mandatory affordable housing requirements to secure approval, backed by state legislation. We need to break the cycle of school education funding being ignored due to pilot programs. We need to stop the diverting of public school education tax dollars for transportation to out-of-district schools. I'm not saying that the children that attend private schools should not have access to busing. What I am saying is that the state needs to shift the financial burden of out-of-district busing from local property taxpayers back to the state level, 100%. State Assemblyman Alex Sawicki of the 12th District has introduced legislation Bill A 2882 that does just that. And I would like to personally thank the Assemblyman for recognizing the importance of our children's education and acknowledging the need to relieve municipal taxpayers of this significant financial burden. Assemblyman Sean Kane of our 30th District shows support for this bill. Assemblyman Avi Schnall has not responded back to any of my phone calls. Senator Singer's office stated that when it comes across his desk, he will certainly consider it. If anyone would like a sample copy of a letter to send the senators and the assemblymen, please see me after the meeting. Mr. Mayor, Town Council, and residents of the Howell Township, we need to pull together. We need to act now and do what's best for the children that are attending our public schools now as well as those in the future. These children have the right to receive the best educational curriculum possible, curriculum that prepares them for life and careers once they leave our schools, including vocational training, art classes, music classes, and sport-related activities. We ask the mayor and town council to deny 30-year pilot programs that do not contribute to our public schools. We need to form an advocacy group, contact our legislators, and tell them to abolish any legislation that takes money away from our public schools, including the unfair pilot tax abatement program, and to approve Bill A 2882. Block vote if necessary. We need to keep informed about what is going on with our public school budget. We are stronger when we work together. Hal is full of sharp, intelligent people with solid ideas, and I expect nothing less as statistical reports show that New Jersey ranks among the top 10 states in the country for having the smartest people. Let's keep that legacy going for our children. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public like to come up? Okay, I'm seeing none, so I'd like to make a motion to close public.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Mr. Gross?
Good evening. Just to give an update on the TNR program, that's the Trap, Neuter, and Release Program. The program that we've had successfully implemented over the years remains intact. We are still doing business with the Monmouth County SBCA, and if that should change in the future, certainly we would take every step to make sure that the TNR program remains intact as it is, and it's a very successful program, we agree, and we're going to make sure that that continues. In terms of our process right now, we are required to go out to bid on this. We're putting together, process of putting together the RFP for that process, and I would expect that realistically it's going to take at least 60 days. The Monmouth County SBCA has agreed to extend their agreement with us until we go through this process. They've also indicated that it's their intention to bid once we do put together our RFP. So those are the facts as we know them today. No one should be concerned at this point that today's activities are changing any different than what it was previously. Moving forward, again, we commit and understand the importance of making sure that this program remains intact and better if possible.
That's the only one you're going to respond to?
I'll respond to the question about the pole barn, which is more of a statement than a question. My understanding of that is that they did receive permits, and I know that the engineering department continues to review. I am reviewing our zoning to see what impacts our zoning has on this type of construction, and will be making some recommendations to the governing body moving forward. Again, in reference to the question about a pilot and busing, our only comment is that I've heard your concern, and certainly take it under advisement to see whether there's something that we need to do in reference to that.
Caitlin?
No, the only thing I have to add is that, we're looking at the zoning regulations, including regulations regarding design and to certain elements for accessory buildings. So, those can be potentially tightened up going forward.
Ian?
No.
Michael?
Professionals covered everything.
Yeah, Sue?
I just want to comment on Paula's, about the bill that you brought up in the state. The state is really messing up, placing these burdens on the school districts. I think that's something that I saw the same proposal. That would be a dream come true. I just have a bad feeling it's not going to happen in the state we're in and with the new administration in Trenton. Something definitely to bring up at the Board of Ed meetings, make them aware, get the parents involved, because it's unsustainable. So I agree. Oh, I can't hear, I'm sorry.
I said I think that a lot of people don't know about this bus transportation, transporting students to out-of-district schools. So I don't know if you want to enlighten them about
Well, my recommendation would definitely, if you could even, attend a school board meeting, and let them know about this. Because it's going to affect their budget. Thank you.
Well, Jamie, our manager answered your question, so hopefully you're satisfied with that answer. Moving forward, it's, mating season, obviously, so,
Yeah, I was advised something else, that they're only on call for emergency basis, not for team.
no, that's false information.
Okay,
So
I will check.
we have no reason to lie to you, okay? We're on record up here, there's no reason to,
I will check
yeah.
tomorrow.
And I spoke with the director today because I had someone call with that same information for us today, and the director of the Monmouth County SBC reached out to that person, Mr. LaCitra, reached out to that resident and assured them that they were acting in full force.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Riley, we're aware of what's going on. And like the manager said and our attorney said, the zoning practices, in the town, we need to look at the minimums and the maximums of what could be built as an accessory building. And that's something that hasn't been looked at, I'm assuming in years. Past administrations and past managers, didn't feel the need to address that. But I think in the R zones, it needs to be addressed. Shouldn't, a building shouldn't be put up that's bigger than the house. And the usage, there's a lot, the owner of that home signed off on the usage of potentially what's going to be there. And if that's not the usage, then the town will be returning to the home with inspectors to check on what's going on. So, Facebook is really causing a lot of problems. So,
That was my only concern when I got the response from Mr. Yost. Personal use. That can mean anything. And apparently that was on the application that was approved. So, I mean, it's just so ambiguous and so.
you're correct.
What was it? What was the actual usage for? I
I'm
don't know.
No, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but that's his information, and Mr. Yost can't share, so I understand your concerns, all right? And then Paul, the same as Sue Fisher said, we all pay a transportation tax out of our taxes every year, whether you're sending kids to the schools or not. And I in particular have a situation, my son goes to St. Leo out in Lincroft, New Jersey, Catholic school, and Howell doesn't provide that busing to Lincroft. So we get, twice a year, a stipend back from the Board of Ed because I drive them, or my wife, pick them up every day, but in our taxes, we pay a transportation bill. So kids that are getting bused to out of town or to other schools, because we don't have those schools here, those people that are paying those taxes are paying the transportation tax. So it's just, this is more of a Board of Ed thing. Yeah, and as far as the S2 funding,
I was just saying, like the pilot program, there's just so much.
well, there's a lot of stuff that crushes the taxpayers, of course. And we're not happy with it either. So, and I think we've addressed some of that stuff already. So, all right? Thank you. On to consent agendas. Resolutions R-26-111 through R-26-117A. Is there any reason to separate?
No.
No?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 26-111 through 117A.
Second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes.
The consent resolutions pass.
On to Resolution R-26-118.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Oh, I'll back up real quick. I thought we were going to put on the record the correction for the affordable housing spending plan. John, did you want to run through that real quick? For R-26-115.
Yeah, there is a correction for Table 3 of the Township of Howell Affordable Housing Spending Plan Exhibit. There's an error in Table 3, in the Table 3 spreadsheet regarding projected development fees. It is stated that the projection for collections is $3,111,294.75 per year for 11 years. The correct figure should be $311,294.75 per year for 11 years. There is also a calculation error in the total projected development fees. It is stated that the total was $3,111,294.75, and the proper total is $3,424,242.25. These errors led to two summary errors. The total funding source was calculated to be $16,931,864.44, but it is actually $17,244,811.94. The projected balance available for future project and programs was calculated to be $3,759,736.44, but it is actually $4,072,686.94. The Table 3 is hereby amended to these corrected calculations.
So for everybody in the audience, that more or less means there was a typo on one of the charts where there was an extra 1 in the numbers, and when it carried over throughout the chart, it changed some of the figures, so Manager Gross just corrected that chart on the record.
So, you second 118? R-26-118?
We don't have a second yet.
Oh,
Oh, second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
yes. All right, on to unfinished business, public hearing, adoption of ordinances. O-2603.
An ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-45.14.
Motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone like to come up, discuss this? Any issues with it? I'm seeing none. Close public?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt ordinance 2603.
A second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes.
This ordinance is properly adopted.
On to the next one. O-2607.
Affordable Housing Ordinance and Development Fee Ordinance implementing the fourth round housing plan element and fair share plan.
Motion open to the public.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public? Seeing none, close public.
Motion close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to adopt ordinance 26-07.
I'll second.
Councilman Nadell?
Yes.
Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna pull. Yeah. For ordinance O-2608, we're going to be pulling that under introduction of ordinances. We're going to be pulling that off the agenda today. Motion to table.
Second that.
I'm sorry. Okay, to table, Councilman Nadell?
Second.
Councilman?
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Rubel?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Leggio?
Yes.
The ordinance is tabled.
Just passed. All right, our next regular scheduled meeting will take place on March 24th, 2026. Executive session will begin at 6 p.m. Regular session will be at 7 p.m. I thank everyone for coming out here tonight and voicing your concerns. We appreciate you coming here and staying active in what's going on in the town. We would like you to continue that. And moving forward, I see no further business. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.